should have at least 2 more matches. And here comes the Saints, led out this afternoon by the matchday mascot, who is Bennett Lawrenson. He's 11 years of age, just taking the ball there. Tried to give it to John Neal, but has to scoop it up himself. Gets it away to Chris Joynt. 11 years of age, he's from the Mossbank area. He attends St Mary's Roman Catholic School at Birchley. His hobbies are watching the Saints, playing rugby and writing match reports. Well, let's hope he pays a lot of attention and has a good match report to write for this afternoon. His favourite player is George Mann. He was out there earlier on, just having his photo taken with George. And a big occasion for this young fella, and he's a big lad, isn't he? Possibly one for the future. He's going to the centre spot there with captain Shane Cooper. The Saints team for this afternoon. Quite a few changes. David Lyon at full-back. Riley, Rapati, Loughlin and Sullivan are the 3 quarters, with Connolly and Hunt injured. Griffiths and O'Donnell slot in at the half-back pairing, with John Neal, Bernard Dwyer, George Mann filling in at number 10 for Kevin Ward. A terrible injury, a double fracture of the leg. Joynt, Nicol and Cooper are the back 3, with Quirk and Cowan on the bench. Captain for Widnes there, John Davis, and their side for this afternoon. Stuart Spruce at full-back. Their 3-quarter line is Myers, Devereux, Wright and Hadley. Davis and Golding, the half-back pairing, and they're a formidable partnership, aren't they? They'll have to be watched. Sorensen, the old warhorse, McCurry and Howard in the front row. That'd have been interesting. Sorensen and Ward, if he'd have been playing, with Moriarty at 11, Ers at 12, and Les Holliday in at 13. Their substitutes are Paul Davidson and Essené for Milo, and it's Widnes to kick off, kicking down to the clubhouse end, while the Saints are playing up to the Cop end, the Eddington stand here at Nosey Road. As I said, the final league match, and obviously the Warrington didn't do us any favours this morning, did we? The old pie eaters turned them over. So Saints have got to win this afternoon and then hope that Castleford overturn Wigan next Friday. Shane Cooper from the kick-off. Makes good yardage. Inside ball now to John Neal, and John Davis in Sunday's paper said that he's going to give St Helens a good whacking this afternoon. Well, we'll see, won't we? After the next 80 minutes unfurl. Well, let's see if he can put it together. And in the space of 4 days, the Saints playing both of the Challenge Cup finalists. 8-8 draw with the Pie Eaters at Central Park last Friday. Now John Griffiths comes away. Well, Griffiths and Davis both played for Llanelli. But they're on opposing sides this afternoon. The ball back to David Lyon as Sorensen comes through, tries to charge it down. But David Myers will take it, just inside his own in-goal area. And solid tackling there, Chris Joynt. Paul Loughlin quickly in. Spruce at dummy half. Widnes have possession, solid tackling. Nothing more than you can expect. John Devereux coming through in the centre. Another Welshman, Devereux, excellent competitor. Well, did look a little high as Widnes came through. But referee Smith right on the job. He'll bring somebody out. Looks like, is it Shane Cooper? Keep the tackle down, he says. And Widnes have the first penalty. The high tackle, as indicated there. The second part of the traditional Easter derby, with Widnes beating Warrington on Good Friday by 26-14, as I've said just. Saints and Wigan drawing 8 apiece. So let's get ready for this second part of the local derby. Well, referee Smith moving in and saying holding down at the tackle. Well, obviously he must have been watching Mr. Oldsworth on Friday, mustn't he? Because the Saints were penalised twice, very harshly, in my impartial opinion. Obviously Tira Rapati adjudged of holding Clark down, and Clark was messing about. Instead of getting up, Rapati was up on his feet. And then Alan Hunt being penalised, or allegedly penalised. Well, he was penalised, wasn't he, for an innocuous offence. But Widnes have the kick-up field, they have the possession. Devereux coming through, and Bernard Dwyer bounces him to the ground. McCurry at dummy half. Golding along the line, loop movement with Davis. But Richie Ers taken down. Tackled by O'Donnell. Caught a stray boot there in the jaw for his trouble. Now it's Moriarty. Another big Welshman. A lot of Welsh interest in both of these sides. Holiday, he's coming through. Good playmaker, Holiday. Well, he's knocked it forward. He looked at the referee, George Mann and John Neal at the tackle. And obviously Widnes were asking for the ball being reached out. Well, it's the first scrum of the match, just inside the Saints 20-metre area. Gus O'Donnell to feed. Saints have ball possession. Griffiths looking for that half gap, but Jonathan Davis there holds him down. Now it's with Cooper running out wide, feeds it inside to Dwyer. Good into passing, and Shane Cooper will have his troops fired up. Well, that's holding down, isn't it? And McCurry walks away. So 2 penalties in quick succession. Holding down at the play of the ball is the indication. And David Lyon kicking over to the popular side stand here. Finds touch bang on the halfway. Bernard Dwyer will restart. Widnes move up quickly as referee Smith turns his back. John Neal makes the yardage. Dwyer, O'Donnell onto George Mann. I think he's played in the last 3 matches for the Saints after being out injured, and he's been building up, and he looks quite rampant this afternoon as Chris Joint comes through. And he had a quiet game by his standards at Central Park last Friday. Saints move it along the line. John Griffiths, short ball. And O'Donnell back to Griffiths. Support there to Rapati, but yes, it was forward. Unlucky there, but excellent into passing there from Griffiths and O'Donnell. And the final pass just edging forward. But this can show the gaps are going to emerge in the Widnes defence, and if Saints can capitalise on them, Widnes gets scrum possession. Davis attacked in half. Well taken by Holiday off his bootlaces. Darren Wright coming in. Joint and Cooper complete the tackle, and Cooper in again on Moriarty. Big hit by Cooper on Moriarty, and Cooper penalised for pulling his headgear off, pulling Moriarty's headgear off. So the Saints captain, he's obviously fired up, and he's got the referee's wrath on 2 occasions. But Moriarty throws the headgear away to Alan McCurry, the assistant coach here at Widnes. Phil Larder, the coach, but he's took it off. He took exception to Cooper's alleged removal. Harvey Howard builds the ball, and David Lyon does as well, but it's going to be the first knock on. Solid tackling by Dwyer as he came in on Harvey Howard as he burst through. But David Lyon couldn't take it cleanly. The advantage would have been played if he could have done. It's going to be a scrum down with the first knock on the offence, and Gus O'Donnell is going to feed. Saints move it. Crossfield, Tony Sullivan coming in. Well, Richie Ayres with a side-head chancery there on Sullivan, but going unchallenged by the referee as George Mann powers his way through. Moriarty has him, well, over his leg. Again, a Saints move it out wide. Rapati, Laughlin, out to Lyon, linking up inside to Sullivan. Sees the half gap, tries to get through it. Solid tackling by Widnes. McCurry and Davis there. But Saints are running hard, they're running strong and true, and they've got to keep the challenge up on Wigan. It's not all dead and buried yet, even though it's going to be hard. Saints still need the 2 points this afternoon, and then it's all pressure on Wigan again. But O'Donnell chips it through. Mike Riley takes it. It's the last tackle of the sequence. Let's see if Saints can spread it. Rapati going for the corner. Is he in? Oh, he's held up on his back. Unlucky there. The last tackle of the sequence there. An astute kick from Gus O'Donnell. Right to the corner. Riley followed it up. It was on the 5th tackle. Played the ball, and then Rapati held up over the line. Widnes in possession in their own 20-metre area, and that's where they've got to be held, and there's tackling there. Nickel and Co. Dwyer it is. Move in, post a man back, keep him on his feet and force him back. Kurt Sorensen turns the ball away into Darren Wright. He just breaks into the middle area there, just outside the Widnes 20-metre area. And Widnes move it blindside. Holiday. Long ball out there. Adrian Hadley on the left wing for Widnes. Came as an exchange deal from Salford. The ball peppered downfield. Lyon lets it go, makes sure the scrum to be formed just inside the safe 20-metre area. Witherson telling speed. So the old Pie Eaters winning this morning, 27 points to 14 at Warrington, a half 11 kick-off. There would have been some fun and games if Saints or if Wigan would have lost that match, and then if Saints get the better of Widnes this afternoon, and we could have had the pot on display this afternoon, couldn't we? Rapati brings the ball over. Laughlin out to Sullivan. The cover defence comes in and Devereux wraps him up. Saints certainly spreading the ball out from side to side as Joint comes through again. Good tackling there. Devereux again. Doing a lot of mauling at the play of the ball. O'Donnell on to John Neal. Well, Sorensen there wraps him round the head. He gets penalised for his trouble, and only rightly so. Sorensen there, not renowned for his finesse in the tackle, is he? But he takes it and he gives it, and you can't ask for more, can you? Widnes there without Kiloto, Courier. They're both Hume brothers. They're up here on the left hand side of the gantry with the Widnes video outfit. Saints also missing Kevin Ward, Alan Hunt, Gary Connolly, John Harrison, Phil Beavers, so quite a few injuries in both camps. But Saints have possession. Lyon onto Laughlin. Laughlin bursts through, oh, just taken down by Devereux. Excellent tackle. Halt Saints charge, but it's Joint. Brings it back and Joint again. Gives the dummy. Oh, Lyon went on the inside. Joint just fell down short of the corner flag. Saints now moving across the face of the post. John Griffiths into Sorensen, pushes him off, drives in again, gets the ball away. Saints spread it. Now with Neil. Sorensen brings him down. The ball back to George Mann. He took it well, didn't he? Oh, yes. Oh, Rapati was there, just couldn't take it. And Davis comes up with possession. Another attack by the Saints, but not bearing fruit, not bearing fruit this time. Was a good display by the Saints. 11 minutes of the game gone. No score. Saints penalised for offside. Looks as though it's Shane Cooper again incurring the referee's wrath. Widnes have a game next Sunday. They play Lee, their final game of the season as Widnes are concerned, and then the Sunday after it will be the Premiership first round playoffs. That's the Sunday before Wembley. So they've still a tough programme, and obviously then they've got the Pie Eaters to contend with at Wembley, and everybody in the rugby league world outside Wigan are wishing them well and hoping that they turn over the Pie Eaters. Won the cup 5 years on the trot of Wigan, looking for a sixth obviously. Devereux into space, over the top to Richie Ears. Support from Moriarty. Got a new headgear on, but steps through George Mann's tackle. Gets the ball away to Hadley. Saints cover on the far side, but Widnes putting a little patch together now. Goulding, Holiday, Davis, short ball, well taken down. Laughlin and Griffiths. Now it's Harvey Howard, ex-rugby union winger, put a bit of weight on and drafted into the pack. Last tackle of the sequence, Goulding puts a tester up. It's for Mike Riley. Well, he's pushing Mike Riley there. Hadley was pushing him away before the ball actually came down, pushing him out of the way. It's going to be the turnover. Penalty to the Saints. And Cooper takes it quickly, brings it away, gets it away to Dwyer. Dwyer drives forward another 10-15 metres. Exciting game, but Saints unable to put points on the board as a Widnes, but It's certainly an exciting game. O'Donnell, Griffiths along the line, overlap again for the Saints. Rapati, Laughlin. Forward pass given well, never a forward pass in the memory of man that. As referee Smith comes in, but Saints again favour this left wing with Rapati drifting over and Laughlin combining, but a forward pass ruled. Scrum down with a Widnes speed, and the Widnes physio on there. Well, the physio's treating Moriarty, and Alan McCurry was sending. He came on to give Devereux a drink, and Devereux looks as though he's got a leg injury. McCurry again onto us, so a lot of messages being sent on from the Widnes camp. Nothing more than you can expect, is it? But Richie Hurst slipping in at loose forward there as Golding feeds it. Darren Wright takes the tackle there for Paul Laughlin, hurt his shoulder in that tackle. Jonathan Griffiths tidied him up. His left shoulder, on to Richie Hurst. Hurst comes in field, oh, good tackle by Sullivan. Fitz move it over to their right as Widnes move the ball left. Now with Holiday. Well, the ball's put down. As the rain comes down here at Nosey Road, we had quite a bright day early morning, but after a rain-sodden Good Friday and then the match being played most of the time in the dry, even though the pitch was sodden, now we've had a pleasant morning here at St Helens and now the rain's coming down. But Richie Hurst, the game being halted, while he received treatment, much to the Saints' displeasure, as he limps over. Hurst goes over, he's going to slot in at the loose forward berth, and Gus O'Donnell should feed the scrum. He does so. Saints have ball possession. Once again, they kick upfield for this Sullivan wing, trying to put Myers under a bit of pressure, especially with the ball being possibly wet, but Laughlin comes back in. Adrian Hadley is taken down by Cooper, and Saints moving up quickly and taking Widnes off the game. Loose ball there by Devereux. Davis tidied it up. Widnes being held back. Harvey Howard comes through, but good tackling. Excellent tackling there by the Saints forwards. Dwyer and Neal quickly in. Now with Goulding. Moves it over to the left. Gives the dummy. Looks for that half gap, but his counterpart, Gus O'Donnell, wraps him up. And he's knocked it forward, Goulding. And he's going to be penalised for mouthing. Well, he should be taking another 10 yards. We've already got the penalty there. Referee Smith. And he should be marched another 10 yards further towards his own posts. Saints are going to be asked to go for goal. Shane Cooper said to Paul Laughlin, draft him up. Let's get the 2 points on the board if we can. While Laughlin's teeing up, I've got a message of congratulations to one of our ardent supporters. His name's Jason Johnson. He's been chosen for the been selected for the under-14s Advanced Rugby League College course at Lancaster. So congratulations, Jason, on being selected for this course. I know you're always here and away at the St Helens matches, and all the Johnson family just below us to the right are staunch Saints fans. So Paul Laughlin, more or less in the centre, I would say 42 metres out. Strikes it well, but waved away, obviously just gone to the right of the posts. So the first chance of scoring on the board after 17 minutes, and waved away by the touch judges. Always worth a chance. Laughlin there, looking for his 50th goal of the season with that attempt. Mike Riley knocks it back towards his own post, gathers it, and then drives up. Riley's a Widnes lad, an ex-Widnes Tiger. But now Jonathan Griffiths, looking for the half a gap, runs into Harvey Howard. Now Saints move it to the left. George Mann, inside ball to Cooper. Chris Joint was with him, but the ball reaped out. Devereux reaping the ball out of Cooper's hand. It was either Devereux or the loose forward Holiday, both involved there. But a penalty to the Saints, 6-2-3, I make it on my chart. They take the penalty to the Saints as Lyon was for the extra yardage. 10 metres inside the Widnes half. Bernard Dwyer. As John Neal comes up. McCurry there moving quickly off the mark. Along the line, O'Donnell and Griffiths work the loop movement. Bernard Dwyer, oh, loose pass there, tidied up by Rapati, turn back inside to Lyon. Saints change the point of attack as David Lyon's brought down. George Mann pierces the 20-metre area. Saints move it now, Sonny Nicol. Going crossfield is Sonny. Brushes the tacklers off, gets it away to Griffiths. Griffiths sidesteps Sorensen. Rapati was with him on his left, but it's the last tackle of the sequence. Saints wants a quick play of the ball as Bernard Dwyer tries to go in, but the defence is tight there and it's going to hold Bernard Dwyer up. There's no way he can squeeze in there. That was the sixth tackle. It's going to be the turnover. 19 minutes gone on the watch. No score in this traditional Easter Monday derby. Well, obstruction there. A witness man standing in between the Saints man and the witness man that had the ball. The ball gone back there. Referee Smith says he's just having a little bit of an indifferent patch, is the referee. As George Mann comes in, hauls Myers back. Saints with the bit between the teeth. They're moving up quickly. It's George Mann again, but Davis has it. Looking for support. The ball goes to Bernard Dwyer and the Saints have another set of six. And Dwyer moves it again, he gets it away. Saints with an overlap on the right. Rapati. He's held down, 15 metres short. Come on, you Saints, is the cry as Rapati's taken the knock. And the game will be stopped while, well, it's not going to be stopped, is it? Referee Smith lets Rapati play the ball as Mike Riley comes in off the wing. And the ball has been knocked forward as Holiday came in to complete the tackle. But Rapati still being treated on the far side. Widnes looking to make a substitution. They're looking to bring Kurt Sorensen off and put SNA for Milo on. And both the Saints substitutes warming up as well. So whether that's a tactical ploy with Milo coming on for Sorensen. Doesn't look as though he's injured, but he's a good old war horse. Milo slots in at the front row, and he's an exciting block-busting forward, isn't he? Widnes have the heel from the scrum. Solid Saints tackling, taking Widnes back to their own line and nearly forcing them over. Excellent gang tackling, led by Cooper. It's Cooper and Joint, and Cooper's there again. Now it's for Milo, freshman, but he's getting the treatment as well, isn't he? Nicol, he's in there. And McCurry in at the back. McCurry having a swing at Nicol. Yes, McCurry's going to be penalised, and rightly so. Nicol and Cooper in on for Milo, forcing the man back. Cooper and McCurry came in at the back and had a swing at Sonny Nicol, and he's penalised for his pains. So another chance for Paul Loughlin to open the scoring. As I said last Friday, the Good Friday clash with referee Holdsworth. Some of his decisions certainly left a lot to be desired. And then we didn't know whether it was John Holdsworth or Reggie Holdsworth, did we? But on the Sky this morning, it was showing you the drop goal from Leiden that allegedly touched Gus O'Donnell, and they reckon it never touched him, but referee Holdsworth said it had. Well, the touch judges there raised the flags. The one on our side here, the fellow with the red flag, Mr. Brown, he lifted his flag immediately, but Mr. Chamberlain on the other side, he wasn't so sure. Laughlin with a penalty goal, puts the Saints 2 points to 0 in the lead, and that's Laughlin's 50th goal of the season. So from the centre spot, John Davis will get us underway again. 2 points to 0 the score in Saints' favour, 22 minutes gone. The rain seems to have eased off a little as Mike Riley takes it in that bottom left-hand corner as we're viewing. Now Sonny Nicol. He brought down on the 20-metre line. Bernard Dwyer takes up the action half-back. Along the line, O'Donnell and George Mann. George Mann punching holes in this Widnes defence this afternoon. Quick play the ball. Griffiths has it to Chris Joynt. Runs out wide. Well, Howard going a little aggressively over onto Chris Joynt. Referee Russell Smith moving in quickly and just having a word with him. They certainly come here with a mission of Widnes. But there's no need for those tactics. High tackle, the indication, David Lyon looks to find touch. He does so just about 12 metres inside the Widnes half. John Neal, first receiver, as Bernard Dwyer plays it. Howard in again, along with Les Holliday. Now it's Cooper, George Mann, short ball to Nicol. Thundering tackle, but Nicol still keeps the legs pumping and drives it forward. Saints now bring it to the left. Chris Joynt. Three-man Widnes tackle. They hold him out. Now it's John Neal. He drives it up the centre. Looking for the support. Widnes urge to get back onside. And they're all in front of referee Smith on his right. As George Mann comes through on the opposite diagonal from Cooper. Last one of this sequence. Gus O'Donnell goes for the drop goal. Well, an alleged knock-on is he given? He's given the turnover. But an alleged knock-on there. I don't know where he came up with that one, but Widnes have ball possession. Moriarty. Rich Years coming through. St Helens lad, Rich Years, once linked with St Helens, and there's been quite a bit of rumour going round again that he may be here next season. But there's loads of rumours going round, isn't there? McCurry at dummy half, Widnes in possession. Golding tips it diagonally for positional yardage, and he gets a good kick in there. Finds touch 10 metres short of the Saints try line. The scrum down to be formed with the Saints feed. Gus O'Donnell pick it up. It's a ball possession. O'Donnell comes away with it. Sees a little chink, drives for it. Interference at the play of the ball again. Now it's Mike Riley from the right wing, moving over to the left. Solid tackling by Widnes. Forced the man back. Wright and Holliday. Saints bring it blindside. George Mann has Tirapati running on, but has to take the tackle. Sonny Nicol breaks through the push line of defence. He's taken down. Saints spectators crying for Widnes to get back onside as John Griffiths brings it away. Oh, just couldn't get the ball away, but Myers knocked it forward. The knock-on. The first knock-on will be taken from the Saints as Myers couldn't pick it up. Scrum down, Widnes feed, as the referee's indication is there. 27 minutes gone on the watch. 2-0 in the Saints' favour. Widnes have scrum possession. Myers breaks through, moves it over to the left. Saints will have to tidy up as Spruce comes in. And now the ball with Hadley. He's brought down just short of the Saints 20-metre line. A good burst there from Widnes. got scrum possession and moved the ball upfield. Holiday, long ball to Moriarty. Well taken as he turned it back inside. It's knocked back, Devereux tidies it up. Widnes still in possession. McCurry on to Howard. Good break by Howard, looking for support. Lyon takes him down. Widnes within a metre, we can say, of the Saints line. First time they've been in with a sniff. Back to Golding, along the line, Holiday trying to draw the defence in. Hers is there. He gets the ball away to Golding, but Lyon picks it up and just loses his footing. So Widnes just losing the heads there instead of settling it down. Tries one pass too many. David Lyon tidies it up, and now John Neal has the ball possession. Widnes looking to make another substitution. So obviously an injury problem as Dwyer burst through. 15-20 metre burst there by Bernard, but Lyon all over him. Richie Hurst is the man. Cooper. Well, he gets the ball back, it went back. Well, I said he'd get the ball back, he didn't. The Widnes come up with possession. I thought Cooper had managed to retrieve the ball. It was Les Holiday that came up with it. Spruce in the line. Solid tackling by Loughlin round the top. John Griffiths round the legs. Takes him well. Blindside ploy from Davis. Inside to Devereux. He throws it anywhere. Can Tony Sullivan? Yes! Sullivan will get it! And Sullivan gets the first try for the Saints! Tony Sullivan goes in for the first try. A piece of broken play there as Widnes had possession. The ball was slipped out. A loose pass. I think it was Davis that slipped it out. And Sullivan in there like a shot, picked it up and hurled up this left-hand wing and touched down unopposed. Myers couldn't catch him, and he left the Widnes defenders trailing in his wake. 6 points to 0 the score. Sullivan's 8th try of the season. Loughlin now from just outside the 20-metre line and just about 5 metres in from touch. For Paul Loughlin, calming himself down, just settling himself, looking to pop this one over to extend the Saints lead. So, oh, that's a beauty! Right between the middle, a superb effort by Loughlin. An excellent conversion to a superb try. 8-0 the score now. A superb try taken well by Sullivan from broken play. But he took it well, he showed his pace, blistering pace, hurled up the left-hand wing, the left-hand touchline, and outpaced the Widnes defence. Mike McLennan will be pleased with that. Phil Larder, the Widnes coach, he won't be so happy, will he? They want Widnes to get back into the swing. We've had 31 minutes of the game. And the first try, and Widnes looking to bring Paul Moriarty off and put Davidson on. As Widnes kick off, Cooper takes it, feeds it inside to Riley. Well, up-ended there by Familo. Widnes break quickly. Sonny Nicol has possession. Referee Smith, he's obviously not lining this Widnes side up in to get him onside as George Mann bursts through. Dwyer attacks in half, brings it blindside again, has to miss out John Neal, but gives it Chris Joint. Familo wraps him up round the top with John Davis around the legs. Gus O'Donnell gets the kick away. Spruce has to turn and go cross-field to gather it. Rapati homes in on him, and O'Donnell and Mike Riley all on that far side. Quick play of the ball, sets Widnes underway again. McCurry attacked in half. Well, Saints are breaking too quickly again. So he definitely has been watching John Holdsworth as referee Smith, as Widnes make their second substitution now. with 32 minutes gone. Moriarty will be brought off. And Paul Davidson coming on. Well, a bad kick there by Widnes. Sarcastic cheers from the Saints faithful. Widnes have the ball possession. Moving it to the left, Harvey Howard. Cooper brings him down. Super tackle by Cooper. Took the man round the shoulders, man and ball. But don't tell me he's giving in a high tackle. He's having a word with Cooper. Well, he's obviously penalised Shane Cooper for that tackle. That looked like the old Cumberland fling, but Widnes have been awarded the penalty. And Widnes are going to have a go for goal. Well, while we're having a minute, as Widnes going for goal, I have a birthday mention for Brenda Kenny. Her husband John Kenny, one of our regular spectators on the halfway line there in the paddock, commonly known as the Twitcher. I'm not going to tell you why, a lot of you probably know, but Brenda Kenny, it's her birthday today, the 12th of April, 36 years of age she is, perhaps I shouldn't have told you that, but 36 years young, and her best wishes from husband John, daughter Deb, son Matthew, me and my wife Chris, and all on your Saints video team and all up here at St Helens. So happy birthday Brenda, 36 years of age today, and best wishes for the future. So John Davis, 40 metres out, looking for Widnes first points. Looks as though it's going to the left. No, but it has gone over. Just sneaked over. David Lyon caught it. In the 34th minute, Davis gets Widnes on the scoreboard with a penalty goal for what looked an innocuous tackle by Shane Cooper on Harvey Howard, but the referee took exception to it, penalised Shane for it, and he certainly looks fired up this afternoon, doesn't he, Shane Cooper? Been in the thick of things as Gus O'Donnell kicks it straight. Hits Davidson and comes forward. Allegedly touched his part of his body, not his hands, touched his legs. 8 points to 2 the score, and 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Devereux bringing it away. Well, John Neal took an injury. The referee blew up straight away, so... Well, a stiff arm is the indication. Well, there must be about 10,000 on this pitch today, and there's only referee Smith saw that, as John Neal was penalised for an alleged stiff arm. The players will have to watch it. So referee Smith is obviously renowned for reaching in his pocket and pulling out the yellow card. Usually tries to give somebody 10 minutes in the cooler, so he'll have to watch it. He's obviously here to try and create an impression. Richie Ayres, well taken down. O'Donnell and Griffiths, as Devereux comes away from the acting half-back position. Saints urged to get back onside. 8 points to 2 the score. 4 minutes before the interval, as Widnes throw a loose ball, tidied up by Tirapati again. Oh, it's kicked cross field. As Griffiths comes across, can't take Davis down. Broken play there, as Widnes get it to David Myers, tries to run through Tony Sullivan, but he's wrapped up by Chris Joynt, and there he cabbages a yard forward. Davidson comes through onto a forward pass. The referee's not impressed again. As Davis attacked in half-back, Widnes in possession. Goulding onto Harvey Howard. Couple of good breaks this lad this afternoon, Howard. Richie Ayres, diagonal run. O'Donnell comes in, takes him on the top. Griffiths round the legs. Griffiths and O'Donnell working well at the half-back pairing. Spruce has it for Widnes. Bursts out of the tackle, then chips it. Touches Mike Riley on the foot, he manages to regather it, brings it crossfield, can't evade Spruce's tackle. Quick play the ball, and Nickel tries to come away with it, but good tackling by Widnes, forcing the Saints back there. The ball should have been spread out. The Widnes, well, it's kicked through. The tackle count back to nil as Cooper threads his way through. George Mann builds up a head of steam, just like we see George kicking those legs out. Saints bring it, crossfield. Sullivan gives the dummy movement back with Joint, turns it inside to Loughlin, and he sees the gap as Loughlin drives for it. Dwyer, well, the ball's knocked forward, it must all be all on. Yes, the referee waves the tackle count clean again as Nicol drives it up. 2 minutes before the interval, Saints in the lead by 8 points to 2. Looking for more points on the board as Widnes move up again in the offside position. But Saints spread it, moving it over to the left here. John Griffith straightens it up, he gets the ball away to Chris Joint. Good tackling by Widnes, they're urged to get back onside by referee Smith, but they're all offside again. Yes, and not before time either. Widnes penalised twice in quick succession for offside. Brings the Saints penalty count to 10 against 6 for Widnes. But Cooper tried to take it quickly. He was obstructed, and Paul Laughlin's been asked to go for goal. Well, the last time Saints were league champions in 74-75 season, as we know, Kel Coslett, an integral part in that season. He's the skipper here. Wigan were in second position that time, and there was 11 points behind the Saints. I wish there was 11 points behind us this season, but Wigan back on top on points difference after this morning's win at Wilderspool Warrington, and Saints looking to regain the top spot. But as it was also said on the telecast this morning, that the last time it came down to a points difference was about 1904, something like that. Then it just seems a pity that points difference should play that part, but I suppose it's just how it goes. It's Paul Loughlin, just over 30 metres out, 12 metres in from the Popular side touchline. Goes to the left of the post, but Saints will regain ball possession. We're actually in stoppage time now, time added on. Just about 30 seconds of stoppage time played in this first half. Saints still in the lead by 8 points to 2. So obviously a converted try separating the teams. Davis just getting his troops organised. Gus O'Donnell takes it. Riley comes in. And Riley looking for the half gap, drives it up to the halfway line. Dwyer, he gives it to Nicol. Nicol will take him on. Saints want to quick play the ball. Cooper, George Mann sees the gap, drives through it. Rapati was on his outside, used Rapati as the foil, but has to take the tackle of Richie Ears and Harvey Howard. Now it's John Neal. Good yardage made by the Saints. About 20 metres upfield. The ball back to Rapati, looking for the drop. Well, it's a high one, and he looks straight enough. And it's there. As the half-time hooter sounds, Rapati pops the drop goal over, extends the Saints lead to 9 points to 2, and that's Tia Rapati's second drop goal of the season. So half-time score here at Nosey Road. The Easter Monday clash with Widnes, 9 points to 2, 22 minutes before the scoring was opened with a Loughlin penalty goal. A superb Sullivan try after some sloppy Widnes handling 7 minutes later produced, as I said, a try for Sullivan. Goal by Loughlin, 8-0 in the lead. Then Davis had a penalty award and he goaled it. In the 34th minute, that made it 8 points to 2, and then Rapati with a drop goal right at the death. So half-time here at Nosey Road. Saints 9, Widnes 2. now for the second 40 minutes of this Easter Monday derby clash. Saints in the lead at half-time, 9 points to 2, I beg your pardon. That 40th minute Rapati drop goal from Ricky Cowan on at half-time. On for Sonny Nicol. To the big Kiwi. Getting another run out in the Saints first team, and Sonny Nicol applauding the popular side who are chanting his name. The Widnes still in the dressing rooms. Phil Larder, no doubt he'll be reading the riot act. He'll be telling them what he wants of them in this second half, and nothing much between the teams, only that loose ball from John Devereux, I think it was, that was snapped up by Tony Sullivan as he hurled up the wing, and that was the only try in the first half. Widnes finally come out. I think they're finishing around about third spot. According to this morning, they reckon Warrington's going to finish 8th, so I think it's either Warrington or Halifax possibly that Saints are going to play, and obviously that depends on positions. Saints need this win this afternoon, the 2 vital points, league points, to put pressure on Wigan, and then the final league game, as far as Wigan are concerned, of the season at Central Park against Castleford next Friday. But ready for action now. Saints playing down to the clubhouse end for the second half. Gus O'Donnell to get us underway. Referee Smith gets us going. A deep kick. Well taken in the in-goal area by Richie Ayres. Ricky Cowan in at the first tackle there along with Bernard Dwyer. The Widnes have possession. McCurry. Out to Moriarty, I think that is. No, Davidson it is, I beg your pardon. Davidson. Now with John Davis and Cowan in again. Big New Zealander, about 6'1" or 2, about 17 stone. Coached by Mike McLennan at home in New Zealand and groomed for Test Rugby. He was over here in 1985 with the Kiwis by Graham Lowe. Well, here's Davidson running out wide, inside ball to Ayres. Widnes backing up well and running with the ball, good yardage. Last tackle of this sequence. Golding puts it crossfield. Going to run touching goal. It does so. An angled ball for David Myers. Golding and Myers have a good rapport with his crossfield kick, but it's usually when Golding's bringing the ball one way and he slots it the other for Myers, who runs through, trying to catch the defence. I'm sure Mike McLennan will have noted this, and he'll be watching for it this afternoon. Oh, then I told his team to watch for it this afternoon. Dwyer brings it blindside. John Neal running hard and strong, looking for support. Nobody there, but he gets the ball away inside. Ricky Cowan now, first running chance. Tries to steamroll through for Milo. Back to Cooper. Cooper lofts a tester, and Cooper's the first man up, following it up. Golding's there, and a voluntary tackle by Golding. And Holiday, first man, on to Spruce. Tries to run it crossfield. Rapati tidies him up. Solid tackling by the Saints. Widnes just in a bit of disarray. Milo runs through. Stocky forward, this lad. Good runner, but he's not been allowed to run this afternoon. Now it's Holiday. Gets the ball away to McCurry. Back to Davis. Well, runs into his own man. And John Neal tidies him up. Is it? No, it's Chris Joyce. Beg your pardon. Last tackle of this sequence. And Golding chips it crossfield. Turns in. Mike Riley gathers it. Sits up nicely for him. Riley beats Golding, but runs into Davidson, and it looks like Darren Wright as well. It is. George Mann back to Rapati. In the centre berth this afternoon, where he gets the ball away there to Bernard Dwyer. I'll say in the centre berth Rapati with the injury to Alan Hunt and Gary Connolly. Now it's Neil steaming through straight. Griffiths along the line, well taken by George Mann, running out wide, shrugs the tacklers off, straightens up and drives in again, onto David Lyon. Oh, still going is Lyon, into the widnes 20 metre area. Wants a quick play the ball, he's had the ball taken off him. He has, it's only rightly so. Golding and Milo there, and Golding there mouthing again. And if he's not careful, he's going to be penalised again. For the first penalty of the second half, well he has. He's finally penalised him another 10 metres for mouthing. Not before time too. So Loughlin going to have a go for goal. Usually very competitive, these Saints Widnes ties, all the local derbies. So far this season, we beat Widnes here at Nosey Road in the Charity Cup, the pre-season thing, by 22 points to 12. Lancashire Cup second round, a tightly contested tie here at Nosey Road, where the Saints came through by 2 points, 10-8. And then in the league at Norton Park, not very long ago, it's usually the New Year's Day fixture, well that was iced off. But when we played it, we lost by 26 points to 8. Got a chance now for Paul Loughlin with that double penalty award there. He slots it between the uprights. 4 minutes into the second half. Extends the Saints' lead by another 2 points. His third goal of the afternoon, and it now makes it Saints 11, Widnes 2. And as we look forward to obviously the 2 league points this afternoon, and then the Widnes and the Wigan and Castleford tie on Friday, we think how vital the losses against Lee this season and Hull could prove to be. 2 games which we were expected to win handsomely, and unfortunately we came out of them both with nothing. Could all have been over now, couldn't it? All done and dusted. Loughlin, good ball from Cooper onto Loughlin, shrugs the tacklers off, and Loughlin stretching those big legs, and it goes again, and he's still going, he's Loughlin. He gets the ball away, Bernard Dwyer takes it well. Tony Sullivan had overrun him, but Sullivan's there, turns in the tackle, and he's brought down a metre or so short. Well, offside, Widnes are penalised for offside. St Shirley will take a quick tap. Cooper bringing it back, just giving himself a bit of, and his team a bit of breathing space. Well, Gus O'Donnell there will play it. Widnes all in front of the line there, and they should all be behind the line. Now we've finally sorted it out. Shane Cooper's obviously got a plan move up his sleeve. Dwyer plays it. Cooper and O'Donnell, the ball fed inside, there was used as a foil. And Saints come through, and they've another 5 tackles now to get points on the board. John Neal looking for his first try of the season, held up inches short. Along the line now, quick hands, O'Donnell couldn't gather it properly but gets it away, but it's knocked forward by Davis, couldn't control it. Saints losing about 25 metres, and it's a good job Davis did knock on. But it's a scrum down with the Saints feed. Very close to the line, the Saints there, but just not being able to make it count. And now John Griffiths, he's going to feed the scrum, the first scrum of the second half. Saints have possession, Cooper picks it up, out to O'Donnell. John Griffiths scampering away, good yardage, he's brought down, centre field, 10 metres short. Dwyer takes the dummy runner across, and now it's Ricky Cowan. Oh, just losing his footing, or just taken down by McCurry. Widnes break quickly as Dwyer tries to kick it forward, but Widnes have the ball, it's Spruce. Dwyer tried to kick it through there, and it hit the Widnes man, it came out, Spruce came up with it. Alan Wright. Both Wright and the injured courier that's up here on the podium at the opposite end on the transfer list, around about the 150,000 mark. Widnes getting the ball away. Davis now. He's taken down Cooper, Loughlin, John Griffiths underneath. Davidson substitutes back for Widnes. Well, he's in the 14 berth, but I think he looks definitely a forward. He's in the back position. Golding for Widnes along the line. Holiday, short ball to hers. But well taken down and he loses the ball, and I think it's Cooper that comes up with it. In the thick of everything, Shane Cooper led by example this afternoon. Saints move it over to the left. Oh, lovely movement there as George Mann and John Griffiths. Griffiths looped round for that short ball, but it was well taken, and George Mann burst through again. Takes it blindside and he's still going. Excellent game this afternoon, George Mann. Saints now along the line, have to spread it. Now it's Cowan. Oh, it looked a little high, that. Oh, and going down on the tackle there. Harvey Howard, I think, the Manning, going down on the back of Cowan's neck. Now it's Tirapati, shrugs the tackler off, gives it inside to Mike Riley. He has to take the tackle. Saints will have to spread this ball. Widnes forcing the Saints back. Now Dwyer, O'Neill, back to Dwyer. Cooper looking for the gap. Support from Dwyer there. And the try on the board. Yes! Oh, Bernard Dwyer. And nobody deserves a try more than Bernard. He's worked tirelessly. He works tirelessly every game, doesn't he? But the sidestep on him there, he just waltzed past the opposition. Bernard Dwyer's 4th try of the season adds to the 26 goals he's kicked as well, and Saints extend the lead to 15 points to 2. Paul Loughlin just outside the 10-metre line. Right bang in front. Excellent try there by the Saints. It was just coming. Obviously we put a lot of pressure on Widnes. Right on their own line. We just couldn't penetrate it. Then they forced us back. But when Saints hit top form again, they moved it down. And Dwyer went in for the try. Loughlin converted it. And 17 points to 2 now the score. Widnes there, they've had the physio on the field. McCurry, the assistant coach, he's on the field, and we've seen officials from the clubs there going on doing a bit of coaching, and they've been ushered off, but not this afternoon. So John Davis finds George Mann. He turns it inside to Mike Riley. Riley on a diagonal run. Milo brings him down. Harvey Howard there in attendance. Dwyer, O'Donnell, on to George Mann again. Some tireless running in this Saints ranks. Obviously keeping the pressure up on the old Pie Eaters for the championship. But it's down to Castleford. We're going to have to beat Wigan at Central Park next Friday. That's if the Saints are going to lift the trophy. John Griffiths just touches Tirapati. They're knocked forward, scrum down. And Moriarty coming back on for Davidson. Been off the field as Moriarty, and he just had a blow. Davidson, he's back, got brought off, and Moriarty back on. Well, Spruce there, wriggling and doing what he had to do on the floor. Obviously he conned referee Smith Widnes with a penalty. I think that's the first penalty they've had this second half. Cooper was well off him, but Spruce was wriggling. Referee Smith came in. Widnes awarded the penalty. Now it's for Milo. Block busting, prop forward. Going over to that top right-hand corner. Moriarty now back on. Well taken down. Cowan round the top. John Neal, is it round the legs? It was. Davis trying to create that gap for a hole in the Saints defence and then bring the player on. But Widnes within about 8 metres of the Saints line. Golding along the line to Devereux. Strong runner Devereux. He gets the ball away. Richie Ears now with Holiday. He straightens up. Short ball to Ears. Held down just short is Richie Ears now, but it's Widnes putting possibly the best attack of the game so far together. Well, an awkward ball, well taken by Davis. He chips it through. Paul Loughlin gets possession. Davis tried to kick it in between Loughlin and Sullivan. Loughlin came up with it. Now Sullivan has it, but he's lost it. Milo has it back for Widnes, so Saints putting themselves under more pressure. 10 metres from their own line. 14 minutes of the half gone. 17-2 the score. Harvey Howard, he's lost the ball. The knock on. Solid tackle by John Neal. Shoot the ball from Howard's grasp. They all went forward. Moriarty tried to pick it up, but it's a scrum down. Saints speed. Gus O'Donnell back at the scrum half berth. It'll be Gus O'Donnell to feed. Saints have the ball. It's on to Griffiths. He turns in field. Widnes moving up quickly again. As George Mann comes away, touches the Widnes man, so the tackle count back to 1. Or back to a further 6. And Ricky Cowan bringing it forward, doing the spade work, making some good yardage. Bernard Dwyer brings it blind. Widnes move quickly, the ball put back, and Gus O'Donnell comes up with it. Widnes pressing up and moving up again in an offside position. John Griffiths, good ball there to Tirapati. Always involved at the standoff for berth, but in at the centre today and not getting involved as much as obviously we know he can be. Well, the ball passed out loosely by the Saints. Widnes come up with it. Cooper and Cowan do the tackling, but it's Widnes that have it. Richie Ears running for this corner, tries to get the ball away. Well, the forward pass given as it, as Ears tried to squeeze it out. The knock on, or the forward pass, whichever the interpretation. The scrum down, Saints feed again. Jeanette Smith just treating Mike Riley, I think it is, there on the left. Well, Gus O'Donnell feeds it. Saints have possession. O'Donnell comes up with it. Quickly brought down. Saints now in their own 20-metre area, but looking to spread it. Overlap on the left. Lyon links up. Now with Loughlin onto Sullivan. He has to turn as the Wigan defence, the Widnes defence comes over. But Wigan on the brain here. McCurry breaking quickly, but Dwyer there gaining good yardage. Well, the ball going back from Chris Joint. He picks it up and drives forward, gains a valuable 10 metres. Cooper brings it right to Cowan. Into for Milo. Richie Ears in there at the tackle. Cowan wants to play it. Gets it away to Griffiths, chips it through. Adrian Hadley picks it up. He's taken down by Griffiths. Mike Riley in there as well. Darren Wright from dummy half. He's well wrapped up. Saints doing the business. As Golding comes through, Golding and Davis, usually instrumental, but very poor this afternoon by their standards. As McCurry brings it crossfield. Les Holiday brings on Richie Ayres. He brings it blindside. Now with Darren Wright. Wright looking to spread it, but nobody there to receive it. The last tackle of this sequence for Widnes. Just to Golding. Have to close this man down as he chips it through. Cooper gathers it and drives it off. Cooper going crossfield, gets it away to Bernard Dwyer. Dwyer rounds his man, pushes the tacklers off again. Howard in there trying to remove Bernard Dwyer's headgear, preferably with his head in it by the looks of the way he tackled. But George Mann steps out of the tackle as David Lyon is bad, but there's Loughlin. He'll be under the sticks. Oh, superb! Superb try by Loughlin. Loughlin in for only his third try of the season. But excellent work there, George Mann, as you just hear the popular side faithful just chanting George's name. (21-2) at present, and surely just a formality. Loughlin right in front of the sticks, pops it over, 23-3. And it's to Georgie Mann, as they say, and that's only rightly so. What a player. Exciting, block-busting Kiwi. Got through a lot of graft today, but pushed the tacklers off with gay abandon. Looking for the inside ball, but it was Loughlin that came up with it, and Bernard Dwyer, a blood bin substitution. So Bernard Dwyer straight off to the dressing rooms. Sonny Nickel back on. Bernard Dwyer going off for some stitches. A deep kick, well taken by Riley. And 15 minutes now for Bernard to be patched up. And 20 minutes of the game gone in the second half, 20 minutes to go, and 23 points to 2 the score. O'Donnell onto Cowan. Cooper steps up, attacking halfback. He moves it left. Chris Joint turns the ball inside to Griffiths. Tate keeping it moving. And it's not bad, considering Widnes have been moving up in an offside position for all the match. Only penalised on one occasion. The ball comes back to Lyon for the crossfield kick. Spruce will have to take it. Tate's have to give him 10 metres. Rapati ties him up. And only Hadley coming through stops Spruce being forced into touch by Rapati. Now it's Hadley. Rapati in again, along with Gus O'Donnell. The cheers, and Rapati's there again, clamps him man and ball. For Milo, taken by Cowan. McCurry steps up at the acting halfback. Les Holiday for Widnes, tries to gain yardage, but it's the last tackle of this set of 6. Golding chips it crossfield. Sullivan couldn't take it. It goes into touch. Whether it actually touched Tony Sullivan? Yes, it has. The touch judge is saying on the far side it touched Sullivan. Bounce into touch. And it's now a scrum down with the Widnes feed. Obviously a testing kick by Goulding. Not being as forceful as he usually is. But that's only due to the Saints closing him down. Widnes win the feed, it's on to Myers. Can he squeeze into the corner? He does. A good blindside move there by Widnes. Myers squeezes in at the corner. That come from Golding, obviously putting the testing kick up. Tony Sullivan couldn't take it. It brushed off his body, went into touch, done the resulting scrum with the Widnes speed. It was taken blindside. Holliday took it blindside. Myers was there, and he scooted in at the corner. A difficult attempt for Davis, as you can see, right on the 20-metre line, and just inches or so in from the touch line on the main stand side there at Nosey Road. Obviously the fourth meeting between these two sides this season, and in the 4 meetings we had last season with Widnes, Saints came through with flying colours with them all. In the charity game, 30-26 we won. In the league, the New Year's Day fixture, 24-22. An exciting match that was, wasn't it? And then in the Challenge Cup first round, out at Norton Park, Saints won 10-2. And in the corresponding fixture, the Easter Monday fixture, 28-23 was the score. But it's 2-1 so far this season, and it's going to be a 3-1 after this afternoon, isn't it? As Davis comes up, strikes it well. Oh, just shaves the post and falls out. So very unlucky there. 23 points to 6 to score. And Tony Sullivan being brought off. And Les Quirk coming on. Scored an exciting try in the first half, did Tony Sullivan. He's been brought off, and Les Quirk coming on. Limited appearances for Les Quirk this season. Gus O'Donnell restarters from the centre spot. As I said before, we just have to think back to those 8 days where obviously your season looked as though it was in tatters. When you were knocked out by Wigan in the Challenge Cup, beaten midweek by Widnes, and then the following Sunday, Hull turning the Saints over. And oh, what it could have been. But solid tackling there, John Neal, Sonny Nicol, forcing the man back. Now with Familo. But he's held out there. Sonny Nicol, George Mann, Chris Joint, gang tackling, forcing Widnes back, trying to put them off the game, and this is what it's got to be. As Joint holds the man up, tries to keep him up, and Cowan comes in. As Bernard Dwyer comes back into the dugout here, he'll just have an extra 5 minutes break before going back on for Sonny Nicol. Richie Ayres breaking through. Saints hold him right on the 20-metre line. And McCurry turns it blindside onto Devereux. Strong run of Devereux, he's got to be taken down. Well, he is taken down, and in some style as well, wasn't he? By Paul Loughlin. Well, the ball went to Golding, and as they say in the best of circles, sack the juggler. Golding drops it, it's the turnover now, and Sonny Nicol bursting through. Good drive by Nicol, set the Saints up. A good platform as Griffiths scampers away within 5 metres of the Widnes try line. Now it's Les Quirk. It's virtually his first touch, and Les Quirk goes in for a try. Les Quirk going in there, his 8th try of the season, his first touch of the ball, and he squeezed in there. Good spade work by Sonny Nicol. John Neal coming off, Bernard Dwyer coming back on. Paul Loughlin pops the goal over. 29 points to 6. Bernard Dwyer went to the blood bin. Sonny Nicol come on as a replacement. And then as Bernard Dwyer came back, Saints brought John Neal off. 12 minutes of the game left, and the score is 29 points to 6 in the Saints' favour. Golding being brought off, and Davidson coming back on. So 68 minutes gone. Widnes making the final substitution. Golding coming off and Davidson back on. Tirapati takes the ball clean from the kickoff. Shrugs off the tacklers. Oh, just couldn't evade. Well, all over him like a rash there as Spruce as he moves up into the half-back position. He'll be in the scrum half position with David Myers dropping back to the full-back berth. But Tirapati to Dwyer, inside to Lyon. Saints keeping the momentum going. Chris Joint looking for support, brought down on the halfway line. Bernard Dwyer wants a quick play of the ball, he gets it. Now with O'Donnell, he changes the angle of attack and O'Donnell chips it cross field. Excellent pinpoint kick by O'Donnell. Finds touch 10 metres from the Widnes line. Sun coming out here again at Nosey Road. 29 points to 6 the score. Excellent display from the Saints after a slow start. Obviously 22 minutes before the scoring was opened. And Saints never looking back since. Widnes have possession. Myers. Speedy three-quarter. Now it's Holiday. Well, the referee moving in quickly. Les Holiday there. Ricky Cowan, the man that's going to be spoken to. For an alleged high tackle. It didn't look much in it really from our angle. Widnes have the penalty. Les Holiday, the old campaigner, he'll know what to do, he'll know how to milk it for the extra few points. No, for the extra few minutes I should say, not the extra few points. Davis has the ball for the looking for the added yardage from the penalty. Touch found just short of the halfway line. McCurry will restart. For Milo, first receiver. Still driving forward for Milo. Stocky prop forward, excellent competitor. Now with Moriarty. Turns out of the tackle. Good yardage by Widnes. About 20-25 metres upfield. They gain there. They bring the ball back. Richie Ayres has it. He's looking to release it, but the Saints clamp him. Finally wrestled to the ground. Shane Cooper. Widnes bring it left. Harvey Howard. McCurry as Widnes press on the Saints line now. McCurry taking it crossfield, trying to draw the Saints defence in. It goes to Ayres. He flicks it out well. That was a yard forward. And the referee's let it go. He's given a try. He's given Spruce in for a try. And the ball out to Spruce from Ayres was a yard forward. The referee Smith there letting that one go. Good work from Rich Ayres. He grafted, he drove it forward. Stuart Spruce just announced as the try scorer. Well, we already knew that as he'd gone through. But the pass from Ayres from our vantage position here, clearly forward. Referee Smith allowed it to go on. 8 minutes of the game remaining, with Saints with a comfortable 29-10 lead. But that can quickly be eroded away with decisions like that, can't it? But the 2 extra points looking to come from Davies's trusty boot. Just one a penalty conversion for his credit this afternoon, or to his credit. And I'm sure the match day mascot, Bennett Lawrenson, aged 11 from Mossbank, he'll be enjoying his afternoon here at Nosey Road with the Saints hammering Widnes as Davies puts that one between the uprights. 29 points to 12. And Gus O'Donnell from the centre spot to get things underway. (29-12) the score as Gus O'Donnell rifles it straight and low. Well, Howard there adjudged in touch. That's a toss-up whether he actually got into touch. Even from our position, it looked very dubious. It was close, but I don't know whether it was that close, but we're not arguing. Scrum down with the Saints feed. And Gus O'Donnell, he'll feed the scrum. Inside ball to Griffiths, along the line, Rapati. Loughlin back to Griffiths, he sees the gap, he drives for it. Now it's Chris Joint. Gus O'Donnell flicks it back, will have to be tidied up. It is so, Rapati, but he has it reaped out of his hands there. Well, Saints penalised for offside, and it was Rapati that had the ball reaped out of his hands. So referee Smith just losing his way a little. The George man, just named as the man of the match there, had an excellent game, George. Widnes in possession now, with 5 minutes remaining of this final Stones Bitter League match of the season as far as the Saints are concerned. As I said, we've two more Premiership rounds, both at home, whether we finish first or second, and hopefully everything goes to plan. We should meet the old pie eaters at Old Trafford in the Premiership final. But we'll just have to see how it goes, won't we? McCurry from acting half-back. Saints will have to keep plodding at it. Only 5 minutes to go, but still points at stake. I know the points difference won't make much difference. Wigan with a far superior points difference, even if the two sides are level at the end of the season. Last tackle of the sequence, right, inside to Holiday, along to Davies. He chips it crossfield. Got a fine touch in that top corner. Les Quirk had moved in. Quirk went back, couldn't cut it off. It's the last tackle of the sequence it was there. It was chipped across. Scrum down to be formed 10 metres from the Saints line and 10 metres in from the main stand side with a Saints feed. 29-12 the score. Saints have the possession. Griffiths there again, punching these legs, powering them forward. Widnes there, all over John Griffiths, but the referee says it was not forward. Widnes have possession, take it blindside again. Well, it looked a forward pass there. Well, yes, he's seen it, the referee. Amazing. Saints looking to make another substitution with John Neal coming on for Shane Cooper. So Cooper coming off for the last 3 minutes or so. He receives the plaudits of the popular side. Saints have scrum possession. Now it's Les Quirk coming infield. Solid tackling there as Devereux and Holiday. But it's now with Chris Joynt running out wide. Gus O'Donnell. In the dying minutes with the score at 29-12. George Mann, good ball to Loughlin, well taken by Loughlin. On to David Lyon. Devereux comes in with a high one. Now it's with John Griffiths. Quick play the ball. Dwyer takes it blindside. Shrugs the tackler off. Feeds it inside to Riley. Last tackle of this sequence. Moriarty taking a knock. Gus O'Donnell chips it through and Wright takes him down. Now it's with David Myers for Widnes. He's taken down centre field. Chris Joynt moves in quickly. Harvey Howard taking up the running. Week on Sunday, the next game here at Nosey Road. Obviously it depends how the positions go in the remaining league matches. Who we play. Holiday on to hers. Pushes John Griffiths out of the way. Saints urged to get onside. Inside ball to Familo. Time running out in this match. 40 minutes on my watch. Just playing in stoppage time. Davis there. Fumbling with the ball. Wanted to get the kick underway. Tried to give the dummy. Made a complete hash of it, just like Golden did earlier on. And now Saints have possession back. Gus O'Donnell. Cowan along the line. Rapati looks for that half break. Gets support, but I'm saying he gets support, but he gives it to Holiday. Holiday intercepts it. So as far as Widnes are concerned, the scoreline looking a bit more respectable. In the dying seconds, Holiday goes over. Tirapati was threading his way through, looking for support in field. Slipped the ball inside, but Les Holiday moved in quickly, intercepted it. If Davies converts this, it'll be 29 points to 18. As I said, the points difference doesn't matter. Obviously, the 2 points win this afternoon, or the 2 points, 2 league points, is what we want, and that's what we've got. And as we know now, we've got to rely on Castleford to do the Saints a favour. And if Castleford do the job at Central Park next Friday, Saints will lift the championship trophy for the first time since 1974-75. Davis slots it between the uprights, 29 points to 18. Here's the score, there's the final hooter. So the Saints win the final league match of the season. Just a pity we couldn't have done the pie eaters last Friday. We'd have been having the trophy presented now, wouldn't we? Handshakes all round and the Saints applaud the spectators who follow them through thick and thin. Well, a lot of us do, don't we? 9-2 at half-time, and then it was all Saints. A Loughlin penalty goal, a Dwyer try, and then a Loughlin try, both goals. Myers got a try from a blindside ploy at the scrum. That made it 23-6. Then it was Saints again with Les Quirk. First touch of the ball, went in for a try, 29-6. But then Widnes sitting back with 2 tries in the last 9 minutes. with Spruce and Holiday, both goal by Davis. The final score here at Northey Road, 29 points to 18. Join us for the next match, the first round of the Premiership. I think it's a week on Sunday. Obviously the opponent's unknown at present. All depends on next weekend's results. Thanks once again for joining us. You've been with your Saints video team, 29 points to 18 the final score, and we'll see you soon.